a lot of you guys are asking me why you shouldn't send money to me in the mail. And yo, the short answer is it's just not right for me to take anybody's money. Even if you're sending me like $1 in the mail, that's your hard-earned dollar, and I don't want you guys to send me money. It's honestly like there's a line that should be drawn, and like my fans sending me money, I think that's a clear-cut line. Like, please just don't send me money in the mail. Is there a secret menu for Subway? As a matter of fact, yes, there is. But I don't know if every Subway is going to let you order these items. My favorite secret menu items are the Subway nachos, the cookie sub, and the flatbread pizza. But shh, don't tell everybody. Why do Americans always tip? You know, I just learned a few months ago that other countries around the world don't tip, and I think it kind of makes sense. I mean, if you go to any European country, usually the tip is included in the bill, but in America, that's not the case. And I think people tip fast food workers because, in my opinion, they're underpaid in this country, so they just want them to feel a little more appreciated. I just had a lady come in and she thought that the tip option on this credit card thing was a PIN number, so you'll never guess how much of a tip this lady left me. Her bill literally came out to $1,000, and I tried explaining it to this lady and she had no idea what was going on. I avoided it, guys, don't worry, and I rerung it up. I made sure that she didn't like get charged. Has anyone ever threatened you at your Subway? I had a customer that was literally getting overworked about every single little thing that I was doing. And at some point, as I was ringing him up, he told me that, hey, you got to be better to your customers. What if I just went to the health inspector and told them that your store has rats in it? And I was like, clearly our store doesn't have rats in it. Like, why would you even say such a thing? And he was literally getting all worked up at me. And I actually had my girlfriend film the entire thing. I mean, it's not the best quality of video. Is there anyone who tried hitting on you during work? So I'm pretty oblivious to stuff like this. Maybe there has been, maybe there hasn't. Honestly, I have no idea. But I do know I have had a couple of grandmas say that I'm cute. Thanks, Grandma. Have you worked in any other Subway? So throughout my whole life, I've only worked at 2 Subways. The one I work at now, and the one that my parents used to own, but we unfortunately had to close down a couple years back. And honestly, the Subway I'm working at now is a lot better than the other one. That one didn't have the kindest people coming in, and it wasn't really in the nicest area, if I'm being honest. Why is Subway not underground? This man has jokes. A few years back, I had a customer actually come in and he started asking me, what time does the Subway get here? And I was so confused, and it literally took me 5 minutes to understand what he was saying. Sir, I must say, your joke made me laugh 5 minutes later. I don't care if you work at a pizza shop, a Subway, or a burger place. The most important part of working in food is to keep your place clean. At Subway, after every single order, we have to wipe down the front section. And even though you put your sandwich on the piece of paper and it doesn't even ever touch the counter, we still have to make sure that it's clean. Keep your customers healthy and happy. Why you sound sad? Alright, listen, my voice has actually started to hurt by doing these videos, so I kind of have to put on a calmer tone to some of them sometimes. Like right now, my voice is kind of killing me, I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes it's just better to be calm, you know? But I could scream like this too if you like. Have you ever had any other jobs? You know, I was a DoorDash driver for like 2 days. I figured since I like driving, it would be easy money and that I would be pretty good at it. And it turns out I hated that job so much. It was literally just sitting on my butt all day and waiting for restaurants to prepare food for me. I couldn't do it, so I went straight back to Subway after that 2 days. I used to have this customer that would come into Subway every single day, and no, it wasn't Bill. And he ordered the same exact sandwich, and out of nowhere, he stopped coming to Subway. About 4 months later, he came back in for the first time, and he said to me, I haven't seen you in so long, where have you been? And listen, I love you, man, but I said straight to his face, sir, I've been working every single day, where have you been? We had a good laugh about it. Why do you use see-through gloves and not regular blue ones? So, blue gloves are for medical purposes. I don't know why we would use those, but the see-through gloves are kind of bad, I will say. My dad has eczema, and I know a ton of people that have eczema, and the gloves are really bad to put on for people who have eczema. And they're also a huge waste of plastic. Subway, if you're out there listening, we gotta find a new way for the gloves, man. I love chemistry, so I had to buy this volcano kit, but the explosion just wasn't what I expected. If this video gets 350,000 likes, I'll recreate this exact thing, but in a huge bucket. Call it a mega volcano. Every broke college kid knows how valuable ramen packets are, but I was blessed enough to live with my parents during college, so I got home cooked meals all the time. But my girlfriend loves herself some ramen, so she taught me how to make some. And honestly, it was a little spicy, but it's very good. One of my mom's favorite meals to make are kebabs. Ever since I was a kid, I would literally have some kebabs my mom makes, and I never really understood how much effort she had to put into making them. Today, she taught me how to make some kebabs, and yo, they were so delicious. Thanks, Mom. There was this one day at Subway when I was hanging out with my coworkers, and some random dude just came into the store and started speaking tongues to us. I was just kind of standing there like, "Can I help you, sir?" And the man says to me, and I'm like, "Sir, is this a prank or are you possessed right now?" The man had a Bible in his hand and then walked out. When I was younger, my mom used to buy these bottles of apple cider, and I wanted to be cool like the grown-ups, so I would get my glass of apple cider in my apple cider bottle. I literally used to think like, whoa, this apple cider got me feeling different right now. And I would go around all wobbly off the apple cider. My favorite childhood snack was always salt and vinegar blue chips, but at some point in my childhood, they started to burn my mouth. So my favorite chips went from those chips to the Lay's baked sour cream and onion chips. And to this day, those are my favorite chips, and they're not that bad for you. Welcome to Cash or Trash. On today's episode, we got Ben & Jerry's Peanut Butter Dough Bites. These are literally cookie dough bites, but with peanut butter infused into them. I don't think I've ever had something better than this. This is certified cash. Now, I've made a lot of things at Subway in my day, but today I made a cookie pizza. Oh man, I put cookies on a pizza. I guess there's a first time for everything, right? So basically, two kids came in, and they wanted to make the craziest thing they could, and they literally ate it and said, "Hey, it wasn't half bad." So I've had customers in the past get extremely upset with me because I touch meat and then touch veggies. So I gotta make it known that if you don't want me to touch meat and then touch vegetables, put it onto your sandwich, literally just tell me. We have all of these veggies in the back, and I'm always very happy to go to the back and just grab a fresh container to put onto your sub for you. It's no big deal. A few years back, my mom made me get a haircut for a Thanksgiving dinner, and when I walked into the place, I told the guy to give me a skin-tight fade and trim a little on the top. When I walked out, I literally had a shaved head. And could you believe I tipped that guy too? Finding a good barber is hard, but I found Clay, and ever since then, I've gotten good haircuts every time. Clay, thank you for not messing me up. Has anyone dropped their sandwich and asked for a new one? Of course. I've actually dropped sandwiches before in the past too. And 99% of the time, I'll always give them a brand new one. I mean, accidents happen and it shouldn't be their fault, you know? But let's be honest, if there's like one bite left and then they just slam it on the floor, yeah, you're not getting a new one, buddy. Bro, some of you guys act as if every single thing that I do is from my own mind and not the mouth of a customer. If somebody asks for 5 times pickles, I'm gonna give them 5 times pickles. If somebody asks for 4 onions, I'm gonna give them 4 onions. If you want a sandwich how you want it, you go to Subway and just order your own.